Good evening, Sanam. Very good evening.
Evening, sir.
Good evening, please. Sit down, sit down. Let me. Doubts ka full study. Today I have come up with a new plan of changing the face of many people. Because 2-hour lecture means I want complete coordination. You don't talk, but वो हो गया एक setup बना के बैठता है सब है ना तो हर setup को अभी हम लोग नया setup करेंगे correct है ना okay let that girl come here in this bench you got a pillar for your back
back support
and then you two separate one will be coming here my favorite fellow नहीं क्यों उसके बाद no here only you get up come here because I cannot extend my hand to pull his ears come here no problem come here and you come here and the next person you come here and you also get up from there all kona chup के तो इधर आने बोला मैंने what is that दादाजी का छतरी दादाजी
सर मेरी छोरे पे इसने पकड़
take it good boy come second bench the last boy get up come here you three separate one go to that you
so one get up
wait you come here let me see out of the three one go there I'll pull the other also don't worry तू आ जा उठ के वहां से निकल कान चुप रहा come here all India radios will be coming here here guys I was doing that history chapter only am I correct
yes sir
I will finish off that today with the notes and then we'll move to either to civics or we'll continue with history now because the elections to the president I've already told you last week. Now still the counting is going on. By the time you go home, the counting will be still going on. So please watch it if you have the time to watch. Yeah, only highlights to dekhna where you are sitting and counting the votes. Normally now the two candidates, one is that Ashwin Sinha and other is that tribal lady. Look at your physics in 10th standard and look at my physics in my late 30s and early 40s. The tummy has come up like a dole dabba and on the top you are extending like a marble fellow. So keep up your mental and physical fitness. I'm too old for you, so then also I keep my fitness till level okay by the grace of God. I spend a lot of time in gym, that's the reason. Chaliye, tell me that the heading, where did I stop you last class? Gandhi Irwin Pact. Did I give clauses for the Gandhi Irwin Pact?
Yes, sir.
All the clauses done. The next, give me a textbook rather than the volume because these are the chapters. Thank you. Yes. Oh, why not? Hey, next to Gandhi Irwin Pact. In some batches I've started with World War I also. Hopefully I'll try to see some. पहले World War I होने के बाद ही Nazism and fascism. Suddenly कहाँ से Nazism?
Sir, what about quit India and forward the
but that portion some school has asked me to go to World War I. So that's. But I will go accordingly for you guys. So look at that Gandhi Irwin Pact. After that. The third roundtable conference, but that is not there in the syllabus. If I am
yes, sir.
Very
third is not this, second is
second. So you can put the heading second roundtable conference and Quit India Movement. The second roundtable conference. Write the clauses quickly. While giving the clauses only, I'll explain. Second roundtable conference. अभी वो मत लिखना क्विट इंडिया थोड़ा फिर लेट करता हूँ है ना चलिए पॉइंट नंबर 1
wait a second.
okay कभी तो बनेगा ना. Important है ना. Future. Point number 1. Now when you are writing in the answer, not in the exam, I will ask you to write this abbreviation. Okay. Here, round table conference, not in English like reference to context. इधर लिख लो RTC करके, but in the exam don't write. Point number 1. First RTC not attended by INC. First RTC not attended by INC. First RTC not attended by INC hyphen was a failure. Was a failure. Was a failure. But second point. The second RTC, but in the second RTC, INC was represented by Mahatma Gandhi. But in the second RTC, INC was represented by Mahatma Gandhi. According to the terms of Gandhi-Irwin Pact. According to the terms of Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So underline that word, Gandhi-Irwin Pact. According to the terms of Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Third point. 1 and 2 are very clear.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have a query? Whoever is asking a query, keep it. Suddenly in between the lecture, I'm going to stop every 2 or 3 points. Will do? So that we can discuss more and I can clear all my KGH batch with lots and lots of doubts and queries. Hargar batch. With sentence. Just repeat.
But in the second roundtable conference, INC was represented by Mahatma Gandhi according to the terms of Gandhi-Irwin Pact.
Of 1931. That also right. Of 1931. Of 1931. Next point. Gandhiji attended this conference. Gandhiji attended this conference with greater aspiration. Gandhiji attended this conference with greater aspiration and the promises. Gandhiji attended this conference with greater aspiration and the promises as made by British administration. As made by British administration. Next.
British
administration. Next. In reality, ये तो गांधी जी का thinking था, ठीक है? In reality, next. In reality, the conference deadlocked over. You understand the deadlock? Yes. They did not accept. Who? The Britishers. The conference deadlocked over the minority issues. Over the minority issues and separate for Muslims. Separate electorates for Muslims.
electorate
For Muslims. I'm writing some keywords here. And separate electorate for Muslims.
over the minority.
If you want not only Muslims, We can say Indian Christians, Indian Christians. Then we can say minorities, other minorities, depressed classes, etc.
Depressed classes.
I'll tell you. Right on, I'll tell you. Economically depressed. Poor people, maybe. Classes, etc. Okay, this is economically depressed classes. Not mental depression. Next. The most important question of independence, most important question of independence or setting up of or setting up of a responsible government, setting up of a responsible government did not materialize. Matlab the Britishers were not very serious. I'm writing it. Did not materialize. What did not materialize? Either the complete independence, which was very far, correct? Second one, if not complete independence, they wanted a responsible government. Which government? British government. Whatever problems happening, you take a call for it. Yes, we are the reasons for it. Okay, next, the last point. So, the British government refused to give immediate grant of. So the British government refused to give the immediate grant of dominion status. Grant of dominion status. Understand the word dominion? More important seats to the Indians.
To give the
Grant of dominion status to Indians. Change the para, answer is done. Hence, Gandhiji returned to India. Completely disillusioned. I'm writing right thing. Completely disillusioned. वो मैं कुछ थोड़ा सा change करूँ. Disappointed है. That is disillusion. This is the exact word you will get it in your some good history books for Gandhi. You can understand what is this RTC and why should Congress go and why the Britishers were in a struggle. Now, whenever this roundtable conference was to be held in London, the conference was to discuss the future reforms in India. Correct? Then the $1 million question comes, why not the meeting is held in India? Because the Britishers does not want many Indians to participate. It's like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose passed an IAS exam despite it was held in London. And the age was earlier 21. They reduced to 18. Look how Britishers are putting hindrance to the Indians not to join any government or any job. Attendance sheet everyone have signed?
no.
नहीं दिया उसने. हाँ, थोड़ी देर के बाद. Then if I want to tell you that why in London they forced Gandhi. Because Gandhi is one person who is the replica for entire India. Forget about 1920s or 30s. Even today also Gandhi is the replica for the entire India. You accept? How? So currency. All currency, it's our Mahatma Gandhi. We do not have any issues, but the present government has promised maybe in future we can have the heads of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose as well.
Sir, it should have.
Because I've already shared one wonderful video of in Insta where before independence only, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose head currency were issued right from 1 rupee to 1 lakh, and it was followed by 7 countries of the world, not only in India, issued by the Burma and Singapore government. So that was the respect of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose.
Sir, then why?
What has happened? The historians and the committee of people who came after independence, they were pro-Congress, and pro-Congress means they want only 2 leaders to be written everywhere: Nehru and Gandhi. You go to Gujarat, if at all if you have gone, there you will come to know Patel, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and so and so. But you come out of Gujarat, there is no mention. In fact, even ICSE history or neither the CBSE history doesn't have even 1 page of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose contribution. In fact, I can tell you, Netaji was the most deserving candidate who used to take the INC leadership next to Mahatma Gandhi. Since he was so talented, you understand Indians doesn't like talent. Nehru was always pinning Mahatma Gandhi against Subhash. He was called very lovingly by Mahatma Gandhi as Subhash only. The day when Subhash is ready to leave INC might be man mein laddu, in the heart of Nehru. It is a secret news. We do not have any concrete evidence that even after this plane crash, Netaji was alive.
Yes.
And there were some political mob or some group which was searching him to finish it off. And some people said that mob might be by our own Pandit Nehru. He doesn't want Subhash coming out openly and saying, so there were so many incidents which has taken place. So he remembered in some parts of UP and Bihar, his name was Gumnami Baba. Gumnami, he doesn't have any name. He was there. And he died not in the plane crash, but in an illness death only. But we do not have any concrete evidence. So let me pull you back this RTC. If you remember a video where I could have shown Gandhiji going to London and going down, I have shown it. Second lecture. मैंने दिखाया no तुरंत. अच्छा दिखा था. Where Gandhiji is convinced by Irwin, if you participate in the second RTC, because some of the demands are right here. We will give you dominion status. What is that word dominion status for you and me? In Legislative Assembly of the British in India, more Indian members, but INC demanded complete independence, which is not going to. If not, they have asked for which kind of government? A responsible government. How do I say that you are responsible? After doing the mistake, at least you put up your hand up and say, sorry, I had done it. And next time you don't see me doing. But what is we? Mistake? Me? Oh my God, never in my life. How could you say that I have done a mistake? So that was British. So there were so many, we can say, deaths of Indians, especially of famines. And Bengal famine was most popular. Popular and for what? Thousands and lakhs of people died in that. Despite all this, British government was keen to collect only the revenue. Forget about at least saying कि हाँ हमारा wrong policy है कि हम लोग ने कुछ नहीं दिया. Famines मतलब सूखा. For years and years there is no water. So we always believe that second roundtable conference was successful to certain extent because Gandhiji agreed to participate and he participated also. But whatever he went with the dream that while I participate, I'll represent the Indian wing of the British. But when he came back to India, what was his the feeling? It was completely disillusioned. What is the word disillusion? Disappointed. Why was he disappointed? Neither they gave any separate electorates for Muslims or Dalits or any other thing, nor they accepted the dominion status, nor they asked that we will be a responsible type. But then Britishers were very happy that second roundtable conference was a success. Why? Congress and Gandhiji was right there. But when he comes back to India, the time he lands, it is a ship, not an aeroplane. he quickly announces a new and the most vibrant program called Quit India. Now, what is the word Quit India means? Bharat Chodo. Now, enough of talks with you, enough of beauty, and enough of peace talks. Now we are fed up. Why we are fed up? There are two reasons why Britishers left India. The first reason was Japan was planning a sharp attack over India. Already World War II has come to an end with the surrender of whom? Germany and Italy. But Japan was very powerful. It has taken almost more than 2/3 of China. If you remember the dynasties, Manchuria, and Japan was planning a sharp attack over India, and that is the time we have an Indian National Army. What was it? Azad Hind Fauj. And Subhash Chandra Bose army has defeated the British army at two fronts. I don't remember exactly. Some people tell me that it is Imphal, somewhere in Manipur. At two places, Azad Hind Fauj have defeated the British army. And in those days, British army means the biggest, the most fearful army. And if it is defeated by a non-cause government military group, why it is non-cause? Because it is not supported by the government. Subhash ne to apna khud se dam se banaya tha na, and that will be the greatest insult to the British. This is one reason. Second reason, Japan itself was an act that through which it can attack. So Gandhi ji said, if Japan attacks India, then वो क्या बोलता है, एक बूथ को निकाल के दूसरा बूथ को भगाने का काम स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, है ना? Britishers might be driven out, but फिर जापान को भगाने के लिए हम क्या करें? So Gandhi ji had a very statesmanship. Now this is the time we have to oust the British. At least the Japan will not attack India because the Britishers are in a position to move. At least India can say, sorry, Japanese government, the Britishers are, Boria Bistar Bandh ke nikal raha hai. You don't plan any attack on India. So as long as Britishers are there in India, there is a continuous tension that Japan might attack India. So the environment was so explosive. When Gandhiji gave a call for Quit India, he also gave one more popular slogan, do or die, karo ya maro. Now this slogan for you and me means kya sir, ek slogan hi to hai. What does that word in those days say? Means either you die for the country or you live, you make the British run away out of India. I mean, how to run the British out of India is not very easy. They have planted not only their roots, double the roots for more than 200 years. Correct? So it is so easy for Gandhi to influence all the Indians under one head. And this karo ya maro, do or die, and that Subhash Chandra Bose slogan, you give me blood, I'll give you independence. The young people were so excited to join the army. In fact, it was the lady wing was very good with the Subhash Chandra Bose army. Lakshmi Pandit, she was the sister of Nehru only, one of the cousin sister, not direct sister I heard. She was the commander of the lady wing. So like the gents or like the young people, the ladies were also a part of the Azad Hind Fauj. So the whole India was triggering to push the British out. Now this is the time Lord Mountbatten, the last Governor General or the Viceroy, is sent to India to chalk out the program to release that. Chalk out मतलब plan. अभी ऐसा नहीं कि हम लोग 200 साल तो खाली बांध के निकल जाएगा. They have to hand over everything. Correct. So he was sent 1 year before only. So Lord Mountbatten, along with team of his ministers, started the program how to release. Then this is the time Dr. Barrister Jinnah, correct? Yes. He put forward his theory. What was that theory called? The two-nation theory. He was very much levied with Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1930. What was that pact? The Pune Pact between Ambedkar and Gandhi, in which Gandhi unwantedly agrees to give the Dalits a separate electorate. Now the Muslim leader catches the nerve of Mahatma Gandhi. Agar udhar diya to humko kyun nahi? Gandhi says, if I start giving preferences like this, India will be no more an India. but Barrister Jinnah was stubborn. He said, either you give us or we create an Islamic state of Pakistan. But although the demands were put forward, but Gandhi was very stubborn not to give. But then the problem started. What was the problem? The trains getting into the boundaries of Pakistan and the Pakistan trains coming into India, large scale killing of Hindus and Muslims started. The worst community was the Sikh community, which was affected. Because these are the community which were there in both in Pakistan and and Sindhi community was totally demolished. Even now we have some Sindhis here, but they are almost few. But Sindhis were rich businessmen. They have to leave forcefully the bungalows, the business, everything in Pakistan and run back to India. And similarly, some Muslims from India wanted to, cherish the Islamic state of Pakistan. I don't know what they might have cherished, might be below the ground 6 feet or under the ground maybe 3.5 feet. British Pakistan ने वैसा काम किया है. So we always believe that second roundtable conference to a greater extent was a success, but no benefits to Indians or INs. Is it okay? Absolutely clear. Now let us take his term first.
So, but they can do it in peacefully and hardly 1 month or in 2 months they can have it. So
who is this they?
That separation of Hindu and Muslim.
ठीक है. Thank you. So he is asking peaceful. Abhi India has got independence more than 75. Abhi to 75th year. 75th. But do you think today also this Hindu Muslim is growing peaceful?
No, sir. Now
then, in those days, you remember what might be the emotions of the Hindus and Muslims. आज भी तो नूपुर शर्मा का गला काटने के लिए एक बंदा पाकिस्तान से आया, crossing the border of India without knowing where is this नूपुर शर्मा. तो BSF ने पूछा तेरे पास मैप है? नहीं है. नूपुर शर्मा किधर रहता है? नहीं मालूम है. क्या करेगा? उसका गला कटना है. अच्छा कि किसी बकरे का कटे. Look at the emotions of this fellow who has come all the way from Pakistan. In such innocent fellow, he doesn't know the ABCD where this lady lives. What he wants to cut? And किसको जाके कटे? Correct. So this is that.
Sir, but when Gandhi announced the Quit India movement, how did the British agree to it?
देखो, Britishers are not going to agree to any movements what the Gandhi ji is going to announce. अगर agree होता तो फिर वो independence क्यों नहीं देता? Dominion status क्यों नहीं दिया? अभी गांधी जी is not waiting for the acceptance of the Gandhi. अच्छा आप हाँ बोले तो ही मैं announce करें.
But then, sir, you had said that the last viceroy had given India to.
Because now the pressure is building in India for the British. If they don't move, they will be insulted and moved out. It's like I remember when Sachin Tendulkar was trying to retire from his cricket, many people started abusing him. Sachin kya kuch khelta nahi because his eyesight has become weak and he was unable to see the faster deliveries. So gracefully retire करके जाएगा तो अच्छा है. समझा? I don't know how many of you remember the World Cup when India won for the first time. Ravi Shastri was the person who was responsible for India not qualifying even to the World Cup. So many people said all the cricketers returned to Mumbai airport wearing some burqas. क्योंकि इधर मुंबई में सब लोग जूता चप्पल के साथ रेडी था मारने के लिए रवि शास्त्री को. I was too young, I didn't understand. मेरा brother बोल रहा था. So when Ravi Shastri was running out of burqa with covered one, other lady came and told कि शास्त्री अभी हमको कैसे जाना है. तो उसने बोला तू मुझे पहचाना कैसे? ओए मैं मोहिंदर अमरनाथ हूँ. मतलब this is the craziness of Indians against the cricket. At least in India this is the scene, but you see Pakistan losing the match, all the televisions and everything is broken. मतलब ये cricket नहीं हुआ जैसे कि उनको लगा ये war हो गया. अरे just a piece of cricket. No, cricket मतलब they are going crazy is it? So जब ये joke famous हुआ बहुत लोग हंसते थे. मोहिंदर अमरनाथ जाके रवि शास्त्री को बुला रहे किधर से जाने का. So it was true. Entire cricketer team came out in the airport in the form of burqa only. Because अगर normally अगर बाहर आते तो इनको बहुत मार पड़ती. और मुंबई पुलिस कितना जन को protection दे. So we always believe emotions of the Asians, especially Indians, are running very high. Correct. Now I can say historically many temples have been demolished and over the temples they have constructed. Abhi the community opposite side has to come gracefully. अच्छा आपके पास evidence है? अगर हम लोग ने demolish किया ठीक है, no problem. We are ready to give. But then the Muslim and the Maulvi leaders, have you heard? What all the comments they give fiery. Sir, because it's very bad. But look at the angry, slogans raised. फिर suddenly हमारा साधु संन्यासी भी चुप नहीं बैठा, वो भी फिर
सर अजमेर शरीफ में बोला था
जो भी है. Why I'm saying, because religious is a personal affair. Do not make it politics. अगर एक टेंपल के नीचे मिल गया तो सारा मस्जिद सारा टेंपल अभी खोदने स्टार्ट हो जाए. That is also wrong. Correct. So we always believe that Indians have come forward, but at least the modern generation, you people have to be very careful. The emotions, what they are, politicians are trying to mitigate, you have to be very quiet. Okay, sir. चलो ठीक है, आप अपना काम. आज तक कोई भी riot में किसी भी leader को affect नहीं हुआ है. Common people only died. And the common people has to understand. I mean, it's very simple. If you get a leader who is trying to, instigate you, automatically people. I mean, I don't know, this Eid celebrated, I think UP government had put serious restriction.
Yes.
Not only over that community, even over the Hindu community. I mean, for the first time in Indian history, these madrasas, madrasas where the children are taught, now they are going to get computer education.
Yes.
Now they are going to get math and science teachers separate from that. वरना बेचारा रोज सुबह जाके वो कुरान रखते सर मार मार के वही सीखता है. और अभी से नहीं, पिछले 60 साल से यही हो रहा है. एंड उस बच्चे को अगर मैं 9 साल की उम्र में डाल दूं कि हिंदूज काफिर्स है, ये है, वो बच्चा वही पढ़ के बाहर आएगा. करेक्ट. सो दिस इज व्हाट एजुकेशन कैन ब्रिंग इन a greater understanding. The education bring in India, which Gandhi ji has seen at least 100 years before. Correct? So let us write the next heading. Is there any point from?
Sir, was the 18 years old for only Indians or for Indians?
Mainly for the Indians. British is where they are going to give exams in India.
No, sir.
Civil services for India, not for London. Okay, write down the next. Okay, third I'm not going to give. Okay, neither I'm going to do renewal. Impact of civil disobedience you wanted. We will just read and move away. Will do.
sir.
I'll only read. Okay. That impact of civil disobedience I am reading. Civil disobedience did not succeed immediately in winning freedom, but it played a significant role by deepening social roots of freedom. What is the meaning of the deepening the social roots? Although I am unable to give you freedom, but I made you aware how to fight for freedom. That's enough. Good. The importance of the movement can be summed up as follows. The movement caused a tide of patriotic fervor in the country. Only underline the word if you have a textbook, patriotic fervor. Fervor matlab temperament. Second point. The civil disobedience movement, underline, widen the base of freedom struggle. What is widening? Many people, many programs. Only one common goal. What is the common goal? Freedom of India. And the third point, it made people understand, underline, significance of non-violence. Okay, even today, if some community says that we will fight against you, but peaceful non-violence. That's okay. That's enough. As a democratic country, India gives you highest freedom. I'm sorry, I cannot remain away by pulling the greatest leader of India of Congress called Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, getting into ED office after a long dodging of reason. Kabhi viral, kabhi ye. Finally, aaj हाथी भी नहीं बोल सकता उसको, ऊंट भी नहीं बोल सकता. She is so skinny and small. She has come under the ED banner. And madam को 3 hours का questioning हुआ. But all over India, these Congress people have become crazy. अरे भैया तेरा पेट में क्यों दर्द हो रहा है ना? अगर मैडम को बुलाया इंक्वायरी करके जाएगी. नहीं, ये कैसा चलेगा? The ladies are all on the roads. And people are pulling them. मुझे तो लग रहा है बाल पकड़ के उठाओ उसको. हाँ, एक बार तो उन लोग ने ऐसा भी देखा है, the news people are going asking, आप राहुल गांधी के लिए चिल्ला रहे हैं, आपको मालूम है राहुल गांधी कौन? नहीं, हमको तो बोला गया इधर आके चिल्ला रहे.
हमको पैसा क्या?
हाँ, आपको पैसा तो नहीं है, अभी तक मिला नहीं. फिर किस काम के लिए आए? वो पता नहीं, हमारा साहब ने बोला तो हम भी आके चिल्ला. बोले क्या चिल्ला? वो मालूम नहीं, अभी बोल रहे. मतलब देव कलेक्टर तो मॉब एटलीस्ट बोलो किसके लिए. फिर एक लेडी, अरे वो तो राहुल, अच्छा राहुल बाबा के लिए आए हैं. तो फिर वो बोलते हैं राहुल बाबा को क्या हो गया? को पता नहीं, वो इलेक्शन के लिए खड़े होने जा रहे हैं, तो हमको बुलाया. मतलब कौन सा इलेक्शन अभी चल रहा है? Look how the poor people are, used by these politicians. Suddenly that lady was, given some, she is coming. Who told you to interrogate? मुझे मालूम है, मैं बताती हूँ. बोले मैडम उनको आपका बंदे लोग ने पूरा बता दिया. नहीं उनको अभी बताने वाली थी, आप आके माइक दे दिया उसके मुंह पे. Means the poverty of the people are misused by the politicians. Correct. अभी मुझे बोलेगा सर कुछ नहीं, आप आके सिर्फ जय जय 4 बार चिल्लाओ, आपको 500 रुपए प्लस 2 बिरयानी पैकेट मिल रहा है. बोले किधर लेक्चर छोड़ के आप बात तो करेक्ट है ना. I remembered my first income of my life. I was in my 10th standard, I think, not even 10th, 9th. I had a big quarrel with my dad, and dad ने बोला घर से निकल जा. मैं बोला ठीक है, तू बोलते तो निकलता. And that was a day, it was election day, and मेरा एक friend आया, बोला क्या कर रहा है. मैं बोला कुछ नहीं रे, घर से बता दिया. चलिए काम कर. वो इलेक्शन बूथ में काम करेगा. बोला क्या पैसे मिलेगा. 500 रुपीस प्लस 3 पैकेट ऑफ बिरयानी. बोला बोल किधर है. एंड मैंने पर्पसली बोला मेरे घर से दूर कोई बूथ में रखता ना, मेरा ब्रदर कोई तो देख लेगा. बोला ठीक है मैं एकदम दूर का. फिर ये कॉल सम फेलो, ऐसा मेरा एक दोस्त भी आना चाहता है. फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग 9:30 till 5 I was working as a polling booth agent. I remember 450 rupees plus 2 packets of biryani. I was very happy. Biryani बहुत sorry है, इतना याद नहीं. Then by the time I went evening, I gave this money to my mother. मेरा डैडी कहाँ से उठा के लाया, काम करके लाया. तुझे कौन सा काम मिल गया. तो मेरा ब्रदर का किसी फ्रेंड ने देख लिया था. आई वाज वर्किंग, तो बोला अरे मेरा ब्रदर ने बोला चिल्ला मत, तो पोलिंग एजेंट का काम करके आ रहा. तो व्हाई आई एम सेइंग लुक एट द पर्सन. सर मतलब घर से बाहर निकलते भी पॉलिटिक्स ने मुझे सपोर्ट किया. अगर वो सपोर्ट नहीं करता मैं दोबारा घर पे रिटर्न आ जाता. करेक्ट. सो वी ऑलवेज बिलीव पॉलिटिक्स इन इंडिया इज नथिंग बट इट इज अ फेस्टिवल. And it is just a source of income. In fact, I have seen certain people. आपके मोहल्ले में कितना लोग हैं? 10 लोग हैं. हाँ, एक साथ करना हो गया बात. ले लो. कभी आने का आप बोलो, हम टेम्पो के साथ आके उधर उतरेगा. क्या चिल्लाने का वो भी बोल दो, मैं इनको पार्टी बढ़ा देगा. हाँ, yes. It's quite okay. अभी it is coming around from different polling booths to my booth. अभी मैं भूखा था. अभी वो फ्रेश है कि नहीं, बस बिरयानी खाने मिला, वो भी घर से बाहर भाग गया. Polling booth का. It was in Bombay where we used to live. Not here. I was not from Navi. No, it was my colony only, but building से हमारा building से कम से आधा एक पौना घंटे का दूर का कोई building में polling booth था. क्योंकि मेरा फैमिली आगे तो खतरा हो जाएगा. सर मेरा एक एड्रेस बिल्कुल. हाँ सर. ये भी काम करना. Okay, I am going to the point number 4 now. The movement also popularized, underline, new methods of propaganda. Only new methods. उसके आगे वो प्रभात फेरीज वो सब नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Movement undertook the leadership of, underline, Birla and Harijan Sevak Sangh. And next it brought, underline, women out of their homes to participate. I mean, today women coming out of the house means it's very ordinary. The first Hindi movie which was made, in which the ladies' characters were played by the gents only. Imagine it could have been a love scene, and the boy knows that the other person is also a boy. And he's trying to say the dialogue. Suddenly, what kind of movie it will be? Because the ladies are not allowed to come. Even at all, 1 or 2 lady I can name, but you may not be knowing. My dad's favorite actress रहा करता था. Nadira करके एक lady थी. She was very popular. I remember she used to have a small cigar in his hand when she acted with Raj Kapoor, one of the very popular movies. तो वो मैडम ने बोला कि हमारे घर में कम से कम 2-3 महीने पहले मुझे बोलना पड़ा कि सिर्फ सीन के लिए मुझे हाथ में रखना है. और उनका पूरा फैमिली आके सेट में बैठता था. उसकी मम्मी, डैडी, बहन, ये लड़के एक्टिंग करते समय हीरो आके दूर ही खड़ा रहने का, नजदीक नहीं आना. देखो अभी बेचारा हीरो कैसा सीन काम करेगा. This was the scene. अभी today the girls are enjoying utmost freedom. It's like Mahatma Gandhi saying the true freedom of every nation when the ladies sections are getting the due. Here, not only in the any other movement, even in the freedom movement, ladies' contribution was very high. You remember I said picketing of liquor bottles? Picketing bola maine, the ladies will come and pick the bottles and throw it in the road. Abhi it could have been gents, then फिर हो जाएगा उधर ही WWE या brawl हो जाएगा. Since it is lady, बेचारा ओनर क्या बोलेगा, बहन जी क्यों आया है, हाँ ये कटिंग दे चला भी मैं, वो थोड़ी है, she is going to pick up the bottles and throw. Later the police might come and catch them, but at least in that scene nobody will. श्रीमती जी आई है, अरे क्या
पहली बार आई है।
हाँ, अभी हमारा एरिया में एक so called shop है, मुझे नहीं बोलने का, tend to go by that road. I have seen after certain time, the girls will be coming in their 2-wheelers and 4-wheelers. कितना भी भीड़ रहना, हटो, and they demand such brand, तो मैं सोच के मैं हैरान हूँ, लिखा है, नहीं आप चेक कर लीजिए, हटो उधर से, ये सब अभी बोलने वाला है। So we believe this is the freedom what Gandhi might have given to the lady. और उधर ही खड़े रह के फिर जो दुआ का बवंडर क्रिएट करते हैं, फिर वो भी मुझे देखना पड़ता है, फिर बोलते तुझे चाहिए, बोला नहीं मैंने साइड में। So we always believe the woman contribution to any economy is very important. Next, the movement to revive. Point number 7. The government was convinced that basic constitutional reforms, circle that word, necessary. The movement revived the will to fight the election. Circle that word, will to fight. What is the meaning of the will? Now people have become very cautious. They are ready to fight the British, not only outside the parliament, but also inside the parliament. If you remember, there was a famous incident where Bhagat Singh entered into the parliament main hall, the present parliament, and he exploded the bomb. How could Bhagat Singh and Rajguru went in? Because that time there was a popular MP. His name was Batukeshwar Dutt. He made passes for these two people, saying he tourist visitor ban ke aaye hain, and Bhagat Singh is exactly like a British fellow only. And a tourist ka pass bana ke bichara andar hai. And while he exploded the bomb, he did not throw the bomb on the speaker. He put it on the floor. And उसने बोला कि ये बहरी सरकार को आवाज सुनाने के लिए मैं धमाका इधर कर रहा हूँ. बहरी सरकार मतलब हमारा इंडिपेंडेंस का कान में आपको नहीं सुन रहा है, तो आवाज मैं करूंगा. And he exploded the bomb. He threw it. So these are the daring efforts of the Indian, freedom fighters. In those days, British को नजदीक जाना तो दूर, you can't even look at them eye to eye. So this is Bhagat Singh showing his, extraordinary capability. He just exploded. It's a raw bomb. कोई बहुत बड़ा grenade या bomb. Crude bomb to tell the British that हम लोग को अगर और भी disregard करेंगे, अभी तो floor में थोड़ा है, सोचो next time किधर थोड़े. ठीक है? I had completed. You put down the heading in your notebook. You write this heading: impact of civil disobedience. Everyone. And write only the points that I made you to write.
Okay, sir.
Come on. Carry on. I didn't mark. Hopefully, yes, mark. You show to him. He will be a while away, brother. Yes. Complete it. I'll ask you. Yes, what is it?
Sir, I what's the complete?
Almost.
Sir, इसको
by night it should be out, if not by tomorrow. But anyway, the result is almost confirmed. That lady is going to become the
Sir,
Draupadi Murmu. She's from Nagaland.
Sir, Odisha.
Yes, most probably she is going to win. That's what is the result.
Sir, Nagaland.
I'm so sorry.
She's from the tribal region.
Yeah, she's a tribal leader. Sorry to say, if you have seen when she's sitting next to our own Prime Minister, even you look at the, the color of the lady, but she has lost her husband, two sons, and besides that, she has worked as a governor. Recently, she was a governor of some state. So BJP has asked to resign that governorship, and she has, Jharkhand governor. So we have to respect that we are going to have the second lady president to India. Pratibha Patil was first.
Sir, but वो जब थी तो ऐसा बोलते थे कि unlucky था India.
But she was the president, and it was the Sonia Gandhi's, charm. सबको ladies से बिठाया था उसने. Speaker भी lady, फिर ये भी lady, सब ladies. अच्छा.
सर जब हमारा करियर काउंसलिंग हुआ था उसने पूछा था पॉलिटिकल साइंस के लिए मैथ्स लेना जरूरी है क्या?
No, not necessary. I personally have done political science till my SY level. I can tell you. No. We have done a paper called Public Administration in which we detail study for IAS and IPS officers. I can tell you the name of the author. किसको? Come on, finish it off soon. हाँ.
सर एक बार हम पेट्रोल पंप पे गए थे कैंटीन पीछे से आके बोलते आपको लेडीज के लिए अलग लाइन नहीं है
भाई 8:30
क्यों अलग चाहिए?
सर 8:30 को लेडीज का अलग स्पेशल ट्रेन रहता है, पूरा लेडीज ही भरा रहता है।
एक मिनट एग्जैक्ट डेट और टाइम तुझे कैसे याद है? मुझे वही तेरा टारगेट तो नहीं है उसको घुसने का। अभी रहने देना, दिन में 2 ट्रेन जाता है लेडीज के लिए, उसमें भी तेरा गंदा नजर है।
नहीं सर, ऐसा नहीं सर, मेरा टाइम रहता स्कूल जाने के लिए।
हम तो तू भी लेडीज बन के घुस जाएगी क्या? एंड योर टाइनी लिटिल बॉय दे विल नॉट से अनलेस एंड अंटिल पीपल लाइक मी दे विल नॉट, बट चलेगा। स्कूल बच्चा को कुछ नहीं पता। Hey guys, again started quickly I have to start the new chapter. Maybe the next history or the next civics chapter.
civics
चुपचाप लिखो। Quit India movement is the next chapter, and then forward block and INA. But if I go with the history, we have a wonderful chapter called Supreme Court. That's quite interesting.
सर फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर स्टार्ट कर दो।
सर प्लीज
sir world war is very interesting sir मैं
I am not taking any opinion right now. Yes. What is the portion?
Sir, in history, the United Nations.
Oh my God, that is almost the last chapter. United Nations is the last chapter.
No, sir, there are more chapters. And civics, Supreme Court.
Okay. So I am starting the Supreme Court right now. At least civic side, the portion will come to it.
Sir, America made Japan surrender, sir.
सर वर्ल्ड वॉर
क्या?
वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 में अमेरिका ने जापान को सरेंडर करवाया।
कभी कभी
2 it is not 1.
वो ऐसे खींचा।
अच्छा है पास की
वाइट पोपट मैंने जिंदगी में पहले।
सर पेंट करते हैं।
ठीक।
इधर तो पढ़िए।
Alright, carry on.
ओके।
After writing, put the next heading Supreme Court. The Supreme Court. I will explain first in depth and then we'll go ahead. The Supreme Court. No, we have a lot of time. Why to waste the time?
10 minutes।
सर वीडियोस
No videos.
सर सेकंड लेक्चर में वीडियो।
No. Yeah, this TV doesn't support you that audio, but they have a class now.
Sir, you can ask them.
So without audio,
सर उनको इधर डाल दो।
No need. अभी लिखो the Supreme Court. All kinds of demands.
ब्रिटिश।
So write down the Supreme Court. Write 2 lines of introduction. Then we can start explaining. क्या?
एक पॉइंट और लिखना है।
तो लिखो जल्दी।
अरे मत कर लिखो।
कुछ लिखना है।
वो मैं दे रहा हूँ. Why do you write? I've never asked you to write on your own unless and until I don't explain.
सर वॉशरूम जाओ।
नहीं जाने का बेटर. क्या बच्चा है? 10 मिनट तो होल्ड कर सकता है ना? तो होल्ड करना इधर बात.
सर ट्रेन का टिकट
कभी गलती से ले लो. नहीं. I didn't use bike while I was coming morning. That time I got a return ticket.
सर किधर रहते? वो घर कौन से एरिया में आता है?
जो इस एरिया में मेरा घर है.
वो एरिया का नाम क्या है?
वो एरिया का नाम Palm Beach.
अच्छा।
Hey, listen now. Everyone have completed. Now you can keep your books closed. Keep your books closed so that you are only concentrating on what I am going to explain now. The Supreme Court. Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt in the question paper.
You come to me in the break. Okay.
वो जो
बहुत बड़ा दो कंट्री के डिप्लोमेट्स मिला है. कितना बड़ा तो हाथ का हाथ देता रहेगा. छोड़ो. Relax. Hey, when we are going into the word judiciary, listen. I have to explain some important concepts which might not be able to finish this lecture, but then you will have to understand. First, it is the role and function of Supreme Court. Role and function. Now, before I start explaining this, have anyone heard the word independence of judiciary?
No.
No.
आकांक्षा ने सुना?
Sorry, 8th standard सुना हुआ है।
8th standard सुना। क्या मतलब उसका? Akansha, any idea what is the meaning? No idea. When I use the word independence,
सर मैंने बीबीसी के चैनल में देखा
Executive
नहीं BBC का चैनल में इंडियंस के बारे में देखा। वाह वाह, यार झूठ बोल।
अरे बीबीसी का हिंदी चैनल पे
हाँ मैंने देखा है, बट वो चैनल मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है, because BBC tries to impose unwanted things over India through that Hindi news channel. Okay, listen. Now judiciary everybody knows. We have three organs: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature, law making. Executive, implementing of the laws. Judiciary adjudicates between the legislature and executive. Come on, repeat the line.
The judiciary educates.
Again, I'm repeating. So listen carefully. Judiciary adjudicates between the legislature and executive.
Judiciary adjudicates between the legislature and
I mean, what is the meaning of the word adjudicates?
adjudicate.
लड़का बोलेगा अभी गलती से मुंह में घुस गया और तो उसका मीनिंग भी पूछ रहा है. It is the way we say legislature might have a difference of opinion. In fact, हमारा family is the best example. Dad's opinion, mother never will accept. Mother's opinion, dad must accept. Parents' opinion, बच्चा till the time doesn't starts earning, है ना, बेचारा गलती से accept कर लेता है. उसके बाद लड़का बोलता है, पापा को जितना भी है चल हिसाब किताब पापा बोले क्या बोलता बचपन से निकाल, बेचारा बोलता पक्का हाँ निकाल, तो बेचारा डैड ने हिसाब निकाला, बेटा वो 2-3 लाख का, हाँ ठीक है ना, अभी 10,000 ही सैलरी मिला है, इस बारे में हम बाद में बात करेंगे. ये ले पहला इंस्टॉलमेंट रख, कल से मैं हाँ. So we always believe when we are trying to give you any opinion, there is always difference of opinion. अभी ये difference of opinion we cannot settle. चल आजा बाहर हम settle करते हैं, है ना? We have to settle peacefully. अभी peacefully मतलब हमारा Indians को आज तक नहीं समझ में आता, क्योंकि kitchen is the best way where the peace starts. अगर पापा ने कुछ माना नहीं, किचन में बर्तन अपने आप नीचे धक 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 करके गिरता है, फिर पापा बोलते नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, बेटा बोलते हैं मम्मी और 2 बर्तन डालो, पापा मान नहीं रहे. Correct? So here we always believe that India has made judiciary separate from the other 2 organs. What does separate means? It should not have any connection. There are 2 words you have to write. One is fear and other is favor. देखो favor हम Indians बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं. I have seen many times, even I have gone with my 2-wheeler, but the lady might have just fallen down with a small 2-wheeler. 4 लोग अपना कार वर्ड छोड़ के उसको मैडम को, मैडम कहीं लगा तो नहीं है? नहीं भाई साहब नहीं लगा है आपको पानी? बोला भाई साहब तू बड़ा भाई साहब मैं भी गिरा, बाद में तू बैठ. What is this word? Favoritism. A boy was, jogging in the park. Suddenly, an old man got some dizziness, and he fainted. The boy came and saw that old man. और जो भागा बेचारा मिनरल वाटर का एक बॉटल लेकर आया. सब लोगों ने बोला वाह ये इंडिया का फ्यूचर है. You open the bottle also very good. सब लोगों ने ये क्या रहा? वो क्या है ना अंकल, ऐसे कोई अंकल को देखते ना मुझे चक्कर आता है. मतलब वो दिखाने के लिए कि इसको देख के मुझे चक्कर आया. It's like any accident in our Mumbai or any part of India. अभी वो कल से थोड़ा बंद हो गया, तुरंत अपना मोबाइल से स्टार्ट हो जाता लाइव. एंड बेचारा वो जो भी तरस कर रहा है, बट इधर चुपचाप रहे, तू लाइव जा रहा है, कितना सारा लाइक्स आ रहा है मालूम है क्या? वैसे वो लाइक्स बाद में, मैं वो बाद में, तू पहले रुक. It's like an IT company employee putting in the social group, whatever is the social group. Yesterday my grandmother has died. 100 लोगों ने लाइक किया.
मेरे को सच्ची में लगा आपने.
हाँ, अभी क्या करेगा, उनका काम ही है, कुछ भी स्टेटमेंट डालेगा तुरंत लाइक्स डालने. फिर एक दूसरा बंदे ने बोला yesterday I was suffering from stomach upset so I couldn't join the office. 15 लोगों ने उसके लिए भी likes डाला. मतलब means what? Liking is the business. अरे पहले पढ़ तो ले. What is the means before reading what it is written, my prime job is to give the likes. अभी क्या पता किसी का माँ का डेथ हो गया उधर भी 15 लोगों ने likes. Oh, smile. Correct. It could have been a sasuma of a lady. तब likes दे वो lady खुद भी रोक के बोलेगी कल है ना वो जिंदगी का वो क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में नुकसान वो चली गई. ले कौन? मेरा सासू माँ. तो इसके लिए तू इतना बड़ा हाँ क्या करेगा बेचारा मेरा पति के साथ 2 दिन के लिए मुझे ड्रामा करना पड़ा. उसके बाद वो भी हैप्पी और मैं भी हैप्पी है ना. So we always believe in a country like India, legislature and executives are like our family member. Keep on quarreling something or the other. But in that quarrel, who has to come impartial? The judiciary. So they should not be favoring either legislature or executive. And they should not at the same time be fear. What is the meaning of the word fear? Afraid. If at all any big politician is charged by the judiciary and the politician is standing in the confession box and he's saying, मालूम है ना फिर मैं क्या हूँ? हाँ साहब मालूम है आप तो गवर्नर है. हाँ तो जजमेंट लिखते समय जरा देख लेना आपका बाल बच्चे. हाँ सर. Means what? He is trying to instigate it. He is trying to change the judgment. So that is why judiciary in India is independent. It is independent from whom? It is legislature and executive. So in fact, Dr. Ambedkar said, this is one watertight compartment. Judiciary is a separate compartment. Abhi samajh mein aaya what is independence? And when we move away from this main heading, I say Supreme Court is also known by the name Apex Court. What is the other word I say? It is the highest court of India. How do I say the word highest court? Because besides this court, we have only one court which is higher than this. But this is called as ICJ, International Court of Justice. That is in Netherlands and this belongs to UN. But this doesn't have any connection to India. ये international court. But India के अंदर सबसे बड़ा court Supreme Court. So we say it is in India. We have New Delhi here. Okay. So we have one Chief Justice of India, CJI, plus either 25 or maybe 30 other judges. So why I'm saying this very important, because these are the judges who are going to determine the biggest of the biggest cases. I mean, recently Mr. Gogoi was a person who was given the verdict on the Ram Janma Babri Masjid issue. I think Modi government given him the direct seat of Rajya Sabha MP, and he's an MP now. So there are some wonderful judges who have been a part and parcel of our proud judiciary history. So that is why they are directly appointed by who? It is the President of India. Chief Justice. Chief Justice. President of India, and even they are appointed by President, but on the advice of Chief Justice. Chief Justice, no Prime Minister comes here. So they have various powers and functions that we will be discussing after the 5 minutes break. Correct? So just no need to write, only put the heading and you can have a relax for next 5 minutes. I'll come back. What's a good say?
Thank you so much.
Arigato.
You can take your 5 minutes.